All right, guys, welcome to Crypto Price Alerting, the home for the average investor. Yes, us, the average investor, everyday Joe Schmoes and Jane Does. No! All right, the Bitcoin chart for today, guys. As you can see over the last couple of weeks, Bitcoin has been consolidating in this descending channel right here, where recently we had this scary move to the downside that actually got a bounce and is now trading back inside the range again. And even in bullish news, it actually broke this descending line of previous resistance, which is now being flipped into the support, guys. So now, what can we all expect for Bitcoin over the next couple of days or even weeks or so? Well, we can take a look at the RSI momentum indicator right here, because ever since we reached the top at 73,000, we've actually been facing a straight descending line of resistance on the RSI momentum indicator, where we have been getting rejected from this trend line over and over again. But as you see right here, in the last couple of days, we actually broke above the descending line of resistance, which could potentially be the signal for us that the trend is actually ready now to reverse to the upside, getting a break from all this bearish price action and even potentially sending the price up to the top of this range again, about the $71,000 range in United States, right, for Bitcoin price. And another indicator on the daily time frame is the MACD, which is another momentum indicator. And look, as you can see, ever since the top of 72,000, we've been seeing a lot of bearish momentum in the red. But ever since yesterday, guys, on the daily time frame, we saw our first daily green candle close on the MACD, which indicates that potentially we are probably seeing a reversal in the trend. And in the case this happened, and you see the MACD continue to move to the upside, showing bullish momentum, well, then that's a great sign to see that we should see the price move to the top of its range again. Now let's take a look at the short-term support and resistance levels for Bitcoin that you need to keep an eye on every day to have a better idea of what to expect in the short term. First of all, we have this descending line of resistance, which has now been flipped into support. So potentially you will see a bounce from here. And also it aligns very nicely, as you see, with this massive level of support, guys, from about 62.4K all the way down to 60,000 for the Bitcoin price, US dollars. But in the case that we do start to trade higher from here, the next big level of resistance is actually right here from about 65K all the way up to about 66,000 $1,000. And in the case you see the price break above this 6K level, we might get a bit of short-term resistance right here at about 67.1 thousand. But the next big level of resistance is about 68.5 thousand, all the way up to about $70,000 for the Bitcoin price, one of the highs. Now, if you're a beginner for crypto and you're new to trading as well, you might be confused about what is happening right now in this move right here, because we were like going to the upside, blasting off, and now all of a sudden it's consolidating, going sideways. But that's actually a fact. What is happening is it's because of the RSI momentum indicator getting very close to the overbought territory, which is a 70. Whenever the RSI reaches a level of above 70, that's when it's overbought. And usually when that happens, when it gets close to being overbought territory, or even when it reaches into overbought territories, in that case, the price needs some time to like reset itself to around the 50 level, the mid-range level, before making this next big move upward. And if you don't know the way that the RSI momentum resets, by doing this momentum, exactly what the price is doing right here, consolidating sideways, in that case, that's when the RSI is able to reset and drop down to around the 50 level, which indicates that the price is showing neutral price action. And another way that the RSI can reset is by the price getting bearish price action by dropping, which you'll notice in that case, then the RSI would move down really quick in an abrupt line, and it can go even below the 50 level, because in that case, it's not showing neutral price action, but it's actually showing negative bearish price action. Now, as for the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for the week and today, even though it's a Monday, so the Bitcoin ETFs are trading, we don't have the data yet for today once I made this video, because the data is always one day behind. But tomorrow we will take a look at the ETF inflows or the outflows that we get. And this is very relevant, guys, because on Friday, May 3rd, we almost got a $400 million net inflows of Bitcoin ETFs, right? Buying that amount of Bitcoin on just that literal day, Friday. So it's very significant for us to keep track of the Bitcoin ETF, okay? And all you have to do is please like, subscribe to this channel, and click the notification bell. And I'll be making these videos, I'm gonna try every day, okay? Now let's take a look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame. Now you can see that recently we got rejected at the 0.786 Fibonacci level, after which we traded all the way back down to the 0.5 Fibonacci level, where we found a little support, and now we are like consolidating and ranging in between these two Fibonacci levels. One more thing about the Fibonacci levels, guys, is look how perfectly the price has been reacting to these Fibonacci levels right here. See? The Fib retracement tool is actually a great tool to find potential entries buy-in for short-term or long-term position trades, guys. Now let's move on to the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum. One thing I want to note is that recently we had this note of this breakout to the upside in this ascending triangle pattern, even though I already talked about it in the other video. But I want to say that now the pattern has been fully completed and 100% of the price target has been reached. So now this pattern is no longer active, and I'm going to actually remove it from the chart after this video. So hopefully, if you've been watching some of these recent videos, you have caught the majority of this move to the upside, and you got you some gains, okay? So now, for the short-term support and resistance levels of Ethereum, as we are currently in a downtrend in ETH, the first level of support that you need to pay attention to in the short term is that we might get some short-term support right here at about $30,007, okay? About $3,080. But however, if we do get a larger pullback, the next big level of support would be around from $3,000 all the way down to $2,800. And in the case that you do see a bounce and it trades to the upside, well, then the next big level of resistance is from about $3,150 all the way up to $32,000, okay, for the price of Ethereum. And if you do see that bounce break above the $3,250 line, well, then in that case, the next big level of resistance, guys, is at about 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is sitting at about 33,000 in price for Ethereum. Now let's move on to Solana on a weekly time frame. Recently, we got rejected from the 0.786 Fibonacci, after which it dropped all the way down, guys, to the 0.55 Fibonacci level, where we actually found some support right there after getting some wicks to the downside below the 0.5 level. And now we are trading to the upside. Now, moving on to the short-term 4-hour time frame for Solana, we can see that recently, after losing that trend line for a little bit, we actually traded to the upside, and we just started to shoot up through all levels of resistance. Look, first of all, we broke through this previous level of resistance, which has now been flipped into a support, which is about from $140,000 all the way to $150 for Solana. So in the case that we get a pullback here, potentially we could see a bounce from around this range and then go higher. And in the case that it trades higher, we might face a little bit of short-term resistance at about $160 for the price of Solana. See, but in the case that we break through that, then the next level, big level of resistance is actually at about $166 to $171 for the price of Solana. That'll be good, guys, right? But make sure that you watch this channel as I try to upload these updates every day. And I'll be teaching you these indicators, right? And teach you Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum price every day and the momentums. And that's how you will learn how to factor in your buy-in positions, your sell position, your portfolio. All right, this is today's update. I'll see y'all in the next video. This is not financial advice, guys. Remember, love the Most High, y'all. We out. Let go.